One Piece has plenty of fun moments, but it also delves into some deeply miserable topics. Often, these are in the form of character backstories. Because One Piece is such a vast and complex series, we can't include every sad backstory that deserves to be on the list. But all of the tales listed here are absolutely miserable. Number 1. Charlotte Linlin was an unusually large and powerful child with unwittingly violent tendencies. Her parents couldn't handle her, so when she was 5 they abandoned her with Mother Carmel, a seemingly nice woman who ran a series of orphanages, but who was actually a child trafficker. The two lived together in Elbaf, a land populated by giants. Things were going well until the winter solstice, which began with a feast that led to a 12-day fast. After 7 days of fasting, Linlin lost it, and went on a rampage, destroying the village until its residents managed to sedate her by feeding her semla. Now widely despised by the village, she was moved to another orphanage. Once again, life seemed good for a while, but on her 6th birthday she was so delighted with the treats she was given and her new sense of stability and acceptance that she got overexcited and ate not just the treats but the table, the chairs, and the guests. Eating Mother Carmel meant she didn't get trafficked, and it meant that she got her soul fruit. Number 2. Don Quixote da Flamengo was born into a family of world nobles, so he grew up used to luxury and power. When he was young, his father Homing decided to give up his title and live as a normal, if still wealthy person. This proved to be impossible because the world nobles were widely despised. They reacted to the presence of the Don Quixote family by burning down their mansion, forcing them to live in squalor and eat garbage, and repeatedly physically attacking them. All this stress led to Da Flamengo's mother passing away. Da Flamengo was enraged by their treatment and blamed his father for it. At the same time, he was being influenced by Treble, who gave him a pistol and a devil fruit. Da Flamengo used the pistol to shoot his father in the hopes of being reinstated as a noble, but he was rejected. This led to his hatred of the nobles. While it's hard to excuse Da Flamengo's reaction to the horrible things he went through, it's also hard not to feel sympathy for him. Number 3. Guild Tesoro grew up in a poor family where pursuing his dreams of singing seemed impossible. His father constantly wasted all of their money on gambling, and then passed away from an illness that the family could not afford to treat. Tesoro struck out on his own at age 12, and quickly got involved in gambling and crime. At 16, a major loss at a casino led to him nearly being sold into slavery and sustaining major injuries. He fell in love with a girl named Stella who was up for sale at a human shop. He swore to buy her freedom, but before he could earn the money to do so, a world noble bought her. He attacked the noble and was enslaved himself. He endured all the agonies associated with slavery, and in the end he wasn't even able to save Stella because she passed away. Anguished and full of rage, he returned to a life of crime as soon as he was released. Number 4. Baby Five's childhood might not seem as dramatic as some of the other examples, but it clearly had a deep impact on her personality. Her mother abandoned her when she was young on the grounds that she was a burden. This led to Baby Five being so desperate to please that she accepts every request that ever comes her way. Because of her pushover personality, she racked up a debt of 98 million berries buying things because the merchant asked her to, and she got engaged to 8 different men. She was even willing to take her own life at someone else's request. Baby Five became a member of the Don Quixote Pirates when she was still a little girl. Da Flamengo dealt with her fiancés by ending their lives and destroying the towns they came from. While it's not like these fiancés meant her well, this still made her sad enough to cry. Number 5. As an infant, Nami lost her parents to war. That was pretty awful, but she was quickly adopted by Belmere, who raised her with Nojiko, another war orphan, in an impoverished but loving home in Kokoyashi village. Then the Arlong pirates appeared. They demanded that every person in the village pay an exorbitant fee in exchange for their life. Belmere couldn't pay, and so she lost her life. Rather than simply enduring the Arlong pirates' reign of terror, Nami ended up working for them as a mapmaker. Arlong promised that if she was able to acquire 100 million berries, she would be able to buy control of the village from them, and win freedom for Nojiko and the rest of the village. When she first meets the Straw Hats, her primary concern is getting a hold of that money. Number 6. In some ways, Ace's childhood was pretty good. He had a loving foster mother and 2 foster brothers with whom he shared many joyful experiences. But there was always an undercurrent of pain in Ace's life. His father was the legendary Gold D. Roger, a controversial figure who many people hated. What's more, his mother Rouge passed away soon after giving birth to him. Ace grew up thinking that with a background like that, he probably shouldn't have even been born. He wasn't just making that up, he often endured harassment and bullying because of his background. His childhood included another serious trauma. His friend Sabo, who he saw as a brother, was forced to leave in order to escape his noble family. Not getting to see someone that important to him was a major loss that impacted him deeply. Number 7. When Frankie was a small child, his parents pushed him off their ship and into the ocean. He survived thanks to Tom, a shipwright who would eventually make Frankie his apprentice. Things were going well until Tom was put on trial for building Gold D. Roger's ship. Tom cut a deal that would pardon him if he could build the sea train Puffing Tom within 10 years. But just when he'd succeeded and was about to receive his pardon, Tom was framed for attacking Water 7. While Frankie, Tom, and the rest of their crew actually stopped Spondam from attacking, it looked like they'd initiated the attack. Tom was sentenced to be executed, and when Frankie tried to protect him by fighting Spondam, he ended up getting hit by the Puffing Tom and nearly passing away. After he managed to rebuild his body with artificial parts, he ended up becoming a powerful force in the Mafia, all the while feeling internally tormented over failing to save Tom. Do you agree with our lists or did we miss something? Write it down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe.